This is April Thome from the HomeLink NARHS office in Yakima, Washington, with some ideas now on homeschooling the high schooler. This is a little bit more involved, but it also is full of joy if it works for you, because the student turns out to be someone who works hand in hand with you. They're so capable of doing so much that it becomes a really great experience. This workshop is designed to answer questions that parents and students might have when considering homeschooling during the high school years. North Atlantic Regional High School is an accredited school that provides high school consultation and accredited transcripts for independent learners. So you who are considering homeschooling might think about this as well. The guidelines presented in this workshop have been developed by the experienced NARHS staff over the years. A homeschooler, first of all, is defined as a student who is age 14 and has matured to the point that they have the capabilities of processing higher level work from 9th grade and up. There are laws in the state of Washington where homeschoolers need to qualify, and there's 3 main things to consider. If you have 45 college credits, or if you have taken the 10-hour parent qualifying course, or if you are working under a certified teacher, then you qualify to homeschool. The 10-hour parent qualifying course, you can find those online if you go to the WHO website. That's Washington Homeschool Organization, and there's a list of those online courses available. After you qualify, then you will go to the administration office in the district you live and obtain from them a intent to homeschool form. Fill that out, file it with them yearly, and then you have put them on notice that you are homeschooling and they are not considered truant in the public schools. Now, the rest of the information in this workshop is going to cover these questions. What are graduation requirements? What is a high school credit? What grading scale can be used for the student's work? What needs to be on the high school transcript? Where is there help for curriculum selection? And how can a homeschool transcript be made easily acceptable for colleges and other high schools? So those are all important questions when homeschooling the high schooler. So first of all, let's talk about setting up the high school graduation requirements. A high schooler's course of study is determined by the graduation requirements, which involve categories of study that need to be achieved over the course of the high school career. The parent and student can set up their own graduation requirements, or you can use those of the state of Washington. For students graduating in the state of Washington in the year 2021, so that'd be this class starting this September, those seniors, these are the current graduation requirements. You need 4 credits of English, 3 credits of math, 3 credits of science, 3 credits of social studies, 2 credits of arts, 2 credits of world language, 2 credits of health and fitness, 1 credit of career and technical education, and then 4 electives. Throughout this workshop, I'm going to be talking with you about what kinds of courses satisfy all of those categories. Under each of these categories are many classes to choose from. I'm going to list a few in this workshop for each, but you can go onto the NARHS website, www.narhs.org, and get a parent handbook that has many more for you to look at. So first of all, under the category of English, that's going to include, in a basic way, literature, writing, grammar, spelling, and public speaking. For mathematics, it will include the familiar, algebra, geometry, and also trigonometry, calculus, but consider business math and personal financing. For social studies, it's a broad category, but it includes, among others, histories of all eras and cultures, geography, world problems, economics, government, and psychology. World languages includes those of foreign countries and other cultures that we're not familiar with necessarily, but also it can include now American Sign Language. Science is another extensive category, which includes the familiar biology, chemistry, and physics, but also astronomy, geology, genetics, and a host of other topics. Arts has three components: theater and drama, music, and visual arts. So many crafts and a wide variety of musical activities can be tucked under this awning. Physical education has many components to it, ranging from physical activity to the study of sports rules. And health is limited. You won't find as many health courses, but they are out there. You only need a half a credit usually. And they can involve studies in physical and mental well-being, as well as safety rules and first aid. What is a high school credit? Simply stated, a credit is a year's worth of work at the high school level. And there are two kinds of credits. The first one is the one we think of first. It's simple. It's a textbook credit. And a textbook credit can be earned by completing a textbook entirely exactly as it was written. The publisher is the one who determines that this is a full credit or a half credit, and also that it is high school level. All of the questions need to be answered, all of the tests taken, and then you've earned a textbook credit. The other kind of credit is a self-design credit. These types of credits are earned by using a variety of resources to learn, not just textbooks. However, partial excerpts of textbooks are totally possible. Physical education, drama, music study, and visual arts typically fall into the self-designed category. However, those core subjects like history, science, language arts, and occasionally math can be developed into self-designed courses. In order to create a self-designed course that qualifies for credit, here are the guidelines. First of all, write a course description of what is going to happen in the self-designed course, including all the topics that are going to be covered in the learning. List the books and resources used to learn the material, and tell how you're going to grade the course. Secondly, log the hours of student study. 80 to 120 hours of student study usually means one full credit. 60 to 90 hours means 3/4 of a credit. 40 to 60 hours means a half a credit. And 20 to 30, 40 hours will amount to 1/4 of a credit. Please remember that it's a good idea not to award more than one full credit per course on the transcript. One thing that is really tough about self-designed courses is figuring out a way to grade the course. Is it going to be pass-fail? You wouldn't want too many of those on the transcript. A NARHS publication called the High School Resource Advisor is available for purchase that provides grading guidelines, grading tools, grading forms. It also lists textbook selections that will work for you and credit awarding information. Call the office to purchase this book at 1-800-882-2828 or go onto the website www.narhs.org in order to order the book. It will help you immensely to use some of these forms and get some ideas on grading the work for the student. And when we're talking about grading, then we have to consider the grade scale. What makes an A? What makes a B? What makes a C? What makes a D? And what makes an F? There are percentages that line up with each of those letters. There's GPAs that line up with each of those letters. So I am publishing on our workshop script that you can get how those line up. I just want you to know about the grading scale, that it's not uniform with every school, but the one that NARHS uses is fairly typical, so you can use that with confidence. Now the homeschool transcript. A transcript is just simply a report of all the classes that a student has taken over the high school career. The essential information to include are these four: the courses taken, the graduation requirements met, the grades earned, and the credits awarded. The homeschool transcript can be as simple or as detailed as you wish. Some list activities, honors, and achievements right on the transcript. Others develop a student resume that accompanies the transcript. The benefit of going through North Atlantic Regional High School for transcript work are numerous. I've got 5. NARHS validates all the grades and credits as a second-party witness. Regional accreditation status, which NARHS has, eases college admission and also the transfer of credit into other high schools. An assigned NARHS advisor works alongside every parent and student throughout the high school career, guiding them in curriculum selection, grading questions, any other things that come along the way. The NARHS advisor provides accountability outside the home, and how this works, parents say it's so nice to have somebody else the student has to answer to rather than just the parent. And then NARHS archives the student transcripts and sends them out to other schools and colleges upon request. NARHS offers a transcript that they develop for you, and the graduation requirements are limited to 17.5. The reason for that is so that you can add to it in order to build a transcript that displays who your student is and where they hope to go. You can add a lot more language arts if you want to, a lot more arts, much more PE, mathematics, so that it features your student as a specialist in something if you'd like to do that. It gives the NARHS transcript a lot of flexibility. I'll tell you what those graduation requirements are, but then when you print off this script, you'll have them to refer to. Language arts, 4 credits, mathematics, 2 credits, social studies, 1 credit, U.S. history, 1 credit, science, 1 credit, 2 credits, but 1 must be a lab, fine arts, 1, computer skills, 0.5, physical education, 1, health and fitness, 0.5, and electives, 4.5. Typically, a student works on 6 to 7 high school credits each year. They can take each course for the entire year, or you can divide it up so they do math for 3 months, science for 3 months, language arts for 3 months, and that's called the Colorado Plan. As the work is completed, all of it should be saved in what we would call a portfolio case, so that they're divided up according to the English, the social studies, the math, the science, and all the evidence is included there, included graded work. And along with that portfolio, you're going to include the yearly transcript, so that it's a summary of everything that they'll find in the portfolio. Many homeschool students enrich their studies with courses from the public schools, maybe one course here, a community class, volunteer and leadership experience, missionary trips, and maybe even focus on a course of study that leads to a level of expertise. Homeschooling allows the time to engage in a host of activities. For review of the information in this workshop, go to the NARHS website to download a script of this workshop. On there, you'll be able to find the Parent's Handbook, which has extensive information on how to conduct the high school course of study. For information about obtaining the assistance of a NARHS advisor to help guide you through the hurdles, call the office at 1-800-882-2828.